You need to pass your UK Theory Test 2025. Watch this whole video so you can pass it in one go and stop walking around. Don't skip a bit and get confused. This is your turn to pass your test. UK Theory Test 2025. You ready? Let's get it.
Driving in fog. Some driving subjects seem boring and have you thinking. Can you pass your theory test without revising? Going into your theory test without preparing is never a good idea. The best place to start is by watching this video fully, revising using books, apps and official resources. What should a driver do in the fog? You need to know this for your driving theory test and daily driver safety. We are going to learn all driving in fog rules. What should you do when driving in fog? Theory test answers. Fog can make any scene look like it is straight out of a movie. For us drivers, it makes our job to get from point A to B safely a little trickier. Let's jump straight into what you need to know about driving in foggy weather. What lights should a driver use in fog? Remember this one as it will most likely show up on your theory test. In dense fog you should use dipped headlights and fog lights where fitted. Side lights are not strong enough in fog, and full headlights can reflect off the fog and make it harder to see where you are going. Seriously, high beam headlights will do the opposite effect of what you are hoping for in thick dense fog. Also the same if you are driving through wildfire smoke. What are fog lights? Fog lights are extra front and or rear lights on some vehicles that are designed to make it easier to see and be seen in foggy conditions. Front fog lights are usually white or yellow lights which sit below your headlights and can cut through fog without causing glare. The rear fog light is a red light, similar in brightness to a brake light, on the back of your car which helps other drivers see you. Just to be sure you remember, use low beams. In really dense fog, use front fog lights in addition to your low beams if you have them. Never drive using only your parking or fog lights. It's illegal and unsafe. Speaking of being unsafe, what you shouldn't do when driving in fog. Don't rely on automatic lights, they might not come on in fog. Don't rely on daytime running lights alone, they only light the front. Don't tail another car's rear lights, it can give a false sense of security and it's dangerous. Don't speed up to get away from a vehicle that's too close behind you. Remember that when it's foggy, it can be harder to tell if other vehicles are moving. Many accidents happen because drivers don't realize that the car in front of them has stopped. That's why it's safer to slow down and leave a bigger stopping distance. If it's foggy or misty, the roads might also be wet, which means it could take longer to stop. Just to drum this into you, keep a safe distance. It is always wise to leave at least a 2-second gap between you and the vehicle in front in normal conditions, but in the fog, this must be increased to at least a 4-second gap. This will give you much more time to react if they suddenly brake or make moves to avoid an accident. Serious point to remember, reduce your speed, slow down and increase your braking distance so you have more time to react. Be prepared to stop. If visibility gets too low, pull off the road and park. Pay attention, focus on your surroundings and avoid distractions. Turn off fog lights. When you leave the fog, turn off your fog lights so you don't dazzle other drivers. What should you do if you park on the road when it's foggy? Theory test question. If you have to park your vehicle in foggy conditions, try to find a place to park off the road. If this isn't possible, park on the road facing in the same direction as the traffic. Leave your side lights switched on and make sure they're clean. Answers to driving in fog theory test questions. How fast should you drive? Drive as slowly as conditions allow. How far should you keep from the car in front? Leave a gap of at least 4 seconds between you and the car in front. What lights should you use? Use your dip beam headlights. If visibility is poor, you can also use your front and rear fog lights. How should you brake? Brake slowly and check your mirrors before braking. How should you react to other drivers? Give yourself more time to react and avoid tailing other cars. Subscribe.